I know today was different. Hell, the last few weeks to past few months have been different. Something about this thing called life be lifing. And it's very different, unforgiving at times. And guess what? None of it matters because you're still here. You're still fighting. You're still standing up. And every time something came in your way to knock you down, you showed up every single time, showing and declaring that you were not done. Every time life tossed something at you, you thought it was going to break you, and somehow you survived. I hope you're giving yourself a pat on the back. I hope you're telling yourself how great you are. And I hope that you know that if for some reason you're getting closer and closer to making a decision that you can't live with, I hope you get to make one that you can by dialing 3 simple numbers, 988. It's called a lifeline for a reason. It's not about just necessarily saving the lives of others, but yourself. So before you make a decision that someone else has to live with, make a decision, get help, and dial 3 simple numbers, 988. Now let's talk football.
Welcome to Detroit. Mate, they're going to feel us today. We play our brand of football. What's up, baby? Fight me.
What's going on, Pride Nation? Damn, it has been a very long time. And I can tell you this much, that your boy's been itching and scrapping to get back at this. It's not a game. It has been what's the word I want to use? Challenging. I have been in full-fledged father mode, husband mode, taking care of this family. You know what I mean? Pregnancy still going well with the wife. But this baby right here, I need a nickname for him because he's kicking ass. He's making it known that when he gets here, he here. And so I've been busy. I've been beyond busy. On top of that, I have been working to push further my entrepreneurial goals and dreams. But for the most part, I have been tracking everything Detroit Lions. I have talked to people in social media. I have talked to people on my Discord. I have been active in other ways. I've still posted on my channel with different things. But let me just tell you, man, I am happy to be back. Let's see who's in the building with me. Let me get this off my damn screen. Hold on. Let me get this off my screen. All right. Let me see who in the damn building. Let me make this all big. It's been a while. It has been a while. Man, I feel good today. If y'all only knew what I'm feeling today. Oh, my God. Listen. Shout out to the wife. She was feeling good enough for me to get on here and have a little fun. You know, she was like, oh, just how you feel. You know, go ahead and be free. Y'all know I could not allow the draft to come and not talk about it. There was just no way of getting around it, right? Like none. So off rip, let me get and see who's in the building with me. We got my man BD Bust in the building. Looney Tune is in the building. 1991 Max Stagg is in the building. One Funky Lion fan says, well, I'm not going to be able to join tonight. I'll listen back in the morning. I appreciate it, brother. Look forward to having it. But he said, before I go, I see the Lions moving up to take either Arnold or Mitchell. Like with everyone gets drafted first, and the Lions would do like they did with JMO. I've been saying this with Latitude, Verse, and Turner Wait till I get into this whole draft talk. I've been sharing some theories with some people, and I've been saving a lot of stuff close to the brass, just because I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to make sure I get it done. Now, since how I'm going to be at the draft Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, yes, the 9 to 5 has been told, don't expect me. I told them that is a PTO day. Prepare the others. Yes, prepare the others. I won't be there. Zachary Jones in the building with me. One Pride 40 is in the building. Malik Mills is in the building. Chrome is in the building. Mac Walker Jr. is in the building. My man Anthony, my other better looking twin, says my better looking twin is back. Hope you and the family are well, Luke. They are doing so much like amazing. Like, man, it's just that this pregnancy has been a little bit different. It's just it's been a little bit different. As my kids get older and they get into activities, they like, hey, Dad, we want to do this, and Dad, we want to do that. So, yeah, it's been a while. My man Shade is in the building. We got my man Michael Huck in the building. Makai Holt is in the building. Super Saiyan Lion is in the building. Gino's in the building. We got my man Detroit D in the building. We got, let me try and miss nobody. We got my man Don 19 in the building. Hatter House 710 is in the building. It says, as a new father myself, daddy duties is around the clock work. First of all, congratulations to being a father, man. It is 100%. And as they get bigger and bigger, they demand more and more of you. And it's been a joy. I would not trade this in for anything in the world. But I'm about to, you know me, I got to upset a few people with some stuff I'm going to say. I'm going to catch up on all the news that I didn't talk about really quick and knock it out the park. Rich Law, what up, though? Says, haven't been here in a minute. Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm trying to get more consistent, and I used to go live later at night. Remember, I used to go at like 8 o'clock at night. I stopped doing that because people was like, hey, we'd rather you do it in the afternoons. And it was harder doing it in the afternoons because I had to go get kids from school, and it was just a whole thing. So I got a chance to do it the day before then. So things that's on the agenda. Old Lions news, new Lions news, my reaction to a lot of stuff that people reacted to, and obviously draft talk. I'm about to be heavy on draft talk. I'm giving you all the players that I don't care how I go. I'm okay with them if the Lions get them. I'm giving you my synopsis. Let me just get out the part. The Cam Sutton thing was the biggest opportunity that the Lions saw to get out of something that they realized it. And I don't know if y'all remember this or not, because it has been a while. What up, though, Dr. Detroit? I don't know if y'all remember this. I said when we got Cam Sutton that we are acting like Cam Sutton's a shutdown corner. He is not. And I took a little bit of heat for that because people was like, oh, you crazy. He was good. And I told them, I said, listen, one thing I know about Steelers is they do not let players go that they deem still good. I believe that the Lions saw Cam Sutton's situation as a perfect opportunity to say, look, we didn't get what we want out of him anyway. Let's cut bait. My overall view of it is no big deal. I mean, if Cam Sutton thought that he was going to get a misdemeanor for it, he would have been turned himself in. But this is why when you have money, you let lawyers do the fighting for you. You say nothing. You mind your business, and that's what they did. Matt Walker Jr. says, this is Motor City Thanos. Hey, brother, what's going on? I should have knew from the picture, though, to be honest with you. I see the belt. I should have knew from the picture. But I think that's what happened with that. Now, in terms of the other news that ticked me off, I made a post about Ada Hutchinson being on that billboard. Yes, I was upset about it because that billboard or that building was special, in my opinion. Yes, there was advertisements up there for other things, but the legendary stuff was put up there. Barry was up there. Steve Eisman was up there. The Stanley Cup was like up there. And I felt like they're pandering with propaganda. So, yeah, that bothered me. I put it out there. It is what it is. Lions offseason as a whole, the way I view it, it's been much of what it's always been. You get a bunch of scraps here and there and see what you can do with it. It is what it is, right? Like, it just is what it is. Other news that jumped out to me because people were talking about this. One of the things that I have been telling people for the longest is I don't believe that the Detroit Lions are picking in the first round. And lo and behold, a couple days ago, he comes out and says he hoped that fans can forgive him if they don't pick in the first round. Well, I never thought he was picking in the first round. I've seen every possible scenario come up, and I never once thought that he was picking in the first round. I never once believed this, and I still don't. I don't believe that he's trading up, not one bit. I just don't. I just don't see it. My thoughts on the Carlton Davis trade, he's Cam Sutton. This is coming from a guy who is a Lions fan, but I'm also a Bucs and Seahawks fan as well. And I'm telling you, there was a time when Cam Sutton had a lot behind him and in front of him, aka the Ndamukong Suh and a host of other defensive linemen on there, and good safety play behind him, to where he can gamble and stuff. But he hasn't been that guy for a couple of years, and I see a lot of what I saw in Cam Sutton with them. Amik Robertson, you know how it is. I did a whole video saying that I wanted him. He fit the mold, the attitude, and everything about Detroit. I was excited that we got him. Zittler, it's an okay signing for me. Would I rather have still had Jonah Jackson? Yeah, because I like the development of him. I think we get more time out of him. But Zittler, to me, indicated something bigger than what most people expected, and they're not going to understand it. And this is why I came to my conclusion about the draft. I'm going to get into that next. DJ Reader, here's a guy that I'm like, okay, cool. We got a guy that's supposed to be this run stopper. It's not going to be that party. I'm sorry. Is he going to be doing well with Aleem McNeil? Sure. But this is also another indicator that lets me know where we're going in the draft, and I'll explain how those two do it. Re-signing Nate Stubblefield. Yeah, if I can show my face, I wish y'all can see me choking on my own puke. I do not understand why we keep doing this. But I do know that there was a lot of talk about why haven't the Lions re-signed Jared Goff yet, and it's simply put, they're doing their due diligence to do it right. Jared Goff is going to have to come out and show something. If he comes out hot the first couple of games, he'll get a contract in the middle of the season. If he comes out cold, we're going to let this finish out. And Jared, it's been great, but we're going to go with the young guy, because I hate to break it to you, we have an offensive line that can literally, and I do mean literally, let anybody be plug and play. And I think that that's exactly what we are going to do. I think that's where we're going to go with it, and that's what we should be going with it. We're acting like we have our cornerbacks all etc. I wanted Reader since last season. I wanted Surtain since last season. I would have been happy with a trade for Surtain. At least he's still in his prime and doing things differently. And the other guy just wasn't there for me. Other quick notes. I saw a lot of hate. I saw a lot of hate for the Josh Reynolds thing. Oh, good riddance. Newsflash, people. He was literally probably your second, if not tied 1B, most reliable receiver. He rarely had drops. And the few drops that he did have is this. But we did the same thing to Jared Davis when a perfect pass and catch just happened on the sideline. We did that same thing, and we turned these people into villains. And I just think that it was ridiculous. That's a huge loss. Like, say what you want. That's a huge loss. Donovan Peoples-Jones hasn't shown anything to make me feel like, oh, yeah. And yeah, I know we got a tight end, but guess what? At the end of the day, that man was reliable. A big, reliable target. And it's going to suck that he's not here. Lions possibly moving the practice facility to downtown Detroit. Who cares? Who cares? I'm not being funny. Who cares? Let me get to the last one. Lions uniform. You people, let me help you understand something. If you are one of those people who hate the black uniforms or the Lions uniform in general, kudos to you. I love it. I absolutely love it. You hear me? I'm addicted. You hear me? I'm addicted. First of all, there are details in these things that nobody paid attention to. And if you didn't, there's 1,000 videos breaking it down. The stripes are different. Obviously, the face mask is the biggest difference. But the black lion on the blue helmet with the black face mask, oh my God. I love these uniforms. And any person who thinks that they're trash, kudos to you. I love them. Why we hate them? I love the all grays. But I want you to just think about the number of combinations you can do. You can literally now do a total, oh my God, they got so many combinations. This is like unlocking the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet and snapping your fingers and doing whatever you can. I love our uniforms, and if you don't, I totally get it. I totally get it. Now that I did all that, I'm pretty sure I caught up on all the other stuff that they're talking about. I gotta talk draft. Murphy. I actually had Murphy. This is gonna sound crazy. I had Murphy down as one of my top 5 players that I believe is on the Lions' radar and that I believe fit exactly what the Lions do. And then he went and got in trouble. And if it's one thing I know about Brad Holmes, he hates people that comes with any type of question marks, and he loves people who are hurt. So yeah, take Byron Murphy from Texas off your list. However, there's still a defensive tackle that many people have been talking about, and I think he fits what the Lions do for the following reasons. So let me be clear. When talking about the draft, I am only going to address players, okay? I am only going to address players that I truly, honestly believe is going to be players that fit what we're doing. If it don't fit what we're doing, I'm not finna address it. So don't come talking to me about no quarterbacks. We're not looking at that. Don't talk to me about quarterback. All right. Toss that out. You want to talk about fullbacks? That's on the radar, especially for a late round pick. Talk about that. You want to talk about kickers? That's on the radar. Okay. But you want to come talking to me about quarterbacks and running backs? Go ahead and pack your bags on that, because I'm not even going to discuss it. It's not a thing. You want to talk to me about tight ends and how great it would be to add Bowers? Well, newsflash, the ball can only go to so many people, and that ain't the answer right there. So let me just go ahead and talk about my prospects after I give you my prediction. The Detroit Lions will not select in the first round. I'll explain to you why. When you look at the number of players that was projected to be to the Lions, a lot of them is nowhere close to what the Lions generally do. You got to remember, our general manager has basically said, F your positional value. That's for you people who need something to talk about. That's not a thing for Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes is like, hey, I'm not doing it. I'm not the one for it. Just scrap it. Which brought me to my next point. I had to start to take all the little clues from his history and figure out, hey, what is going on here? What is really happening and going on here? And I realized something. I feel confident in saying that the Lions, I can't tell you exactly who, for 2 reasons. One, the one guy that I think is on their radar who fits the perfect mold of it, I don't think he's going to make it to 29. So I think they are looking at that. And that person, in my opinion, is, and again, it's not going to happen. I think that they're looking at Chop Robertson. That's the guy that they're looking at. Well, Luke, Chop Robertson, oh my God, Penn State, boo, Stoneman, burn it up, boo, right? Like, I hear you. But the reality is Chop Robertson fits what the Lions look for and do to a T. Well, Luke, what do you mean? He plays inside and outside. And so the moment I saw guys who play inside and outside, I immediately dove into the tape. I literally made a bunch of videos. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just never had time to post them. I never had time to post them. Right? And I'm telling you, they looking at Chop. Everybody's talking cornerback. They're not looking at cornerback. Why? Because if Chop falls, he fits the inside outside of a player that they want. The other thing that stood out to me is another player, Brian Fisk. Many of you probably heard of him, but Brian Fisk from Florida State, number 55, is a guy that can play inside and outside, and he gives you a lot of athleticism to play those inside outside with explosion. He's the guy that they're going to look at. But well, Luke, why you feel so confident about that? Yeah, I know. That's what I think they're looking at. But here's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to draft an offensive tackle or some form of an offensive lineman who plays more than one position on the line. Don't believe me? Look at what they've been doing the entire time. Even the guy we drafted last year, Sorsdale, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, a guy who can play tackle and guard. They brought Graham Glasgow back, a guy who can play center and guard. They got Penei Sewell, a guy that can play guard and that can play both the tackle positions, and you start to look at these patterns and who they bringing back and bringing in, those guys are doing it. So now it brought me to my point. I believe that the player that they're going to select, and I'm just going to put it out there. I'm putting it out there. I believe that the player that they're going to select with the first pick, if they are stuck at 29, is Troy Fartantu. I probably pronounced that man's name wrong in a mug, but he's an offensive tackle from Washington who can also play guard. It's either him or they're looking to say, you know what, there's a guy that we can get in the second round, and I believe that is Graham Barton, a guy from out of Duke who can play guard, center, offensive tackle, and I think that's where they go with that first pick. And I think if all else fail, if all those plans go down the drain, and let's say that they can't trade the pick, which I believe they will be able to trade the pick, all right, I believe, all right, that they're going to draft a linebacker. Luke, why would they do that? Well, look at the depth. You want a receiver? You got depth at receiver, and this draft has a bunch of receivers. Many of them I'm going to talk about that I believe we can get in the second, third, and fourth round. Right? But these are guys that I'm telling you that they're already looking at the draft, and they can almost predict how it's going to go. They can predict it. So, Luke, why do you think they're trading this pick down, and why have you always had this feeling? Well, I looked at the picks. At 33 in the second round, you have the Panthers, the Patriots, the Cardinals, and Washington. I'm predicting we're going to trade with either the Cardinals or we're trading with the Titans. So we're going to either 36 or 38, and we're going to acquire more picks in the future or later in this draft. All right? So why would that make more sense? Because every player that they want will still be on the board, minus those guys who are higher up. So when looking at it, let's look at some of the prospects that can help them in areas that we need. So I got us going offensive tackle or offensive line that can play multiple positions with the first pick. If they trade out, we're 100% going linebacker. And the first guy that jumps out to me at the linebacker position that I would absolutely go nuts about because I like this dude is Peyton Wilson from North Carolina State. This dude is different. Sideline to sideline, he's different. But Luke, we got Jack Campbell. Yeah, but you know who's getting old? Alex Anzalone. And you know what they got tired of doing last year? Rotating in other guys who could not compete at a level that was like serviceable. They're going to take another inside linebacker, and that could be anybody. In my opinion, I don't think Edrin Cooper from Texas A&M is going to be there, but I would love him. I think it's Peyton Wilson. That's what I think it is. I think that's the guy. There's a few other people that I like on this list, but the cornerbacks, in my opinion, are not there. If they want corner, they can wait to the second round to get a guy like Rackeshaw. Why am I botching this damn dude's name? Enos Rackeshaw Jr., all right, from Missouri. They can wait for that, right? They don't have to panic and sell the farm for that, right? They don't have to do that. But I'm telling you, ask yourself this. Look at the Lions players. They don't just do one thing. They do multiple. I mean, being honest, Amon-Ra St. Brown can play running back. They've used him there before, right? They've done this. This is nothing new. Look at the receiver. Even Jahmyr Gibbs was a guy who was said can go out to receiver and kill you. And, you know, he's still working on that part of his game, but it's there. They want versatility. And with that versatility, you have to have people who can do more than one thing. That's what it is. And to me, Peyton Wilson is that guy. Johnny Newton. I'm going to tell you why he's not on the Detroit Lions radar. Once they sign, and this is why I brought this up. I saw this name come up many times. Once they sign DJ Reader, They are looking to add interior defensive line help in the later rounds, 3rd, 4th, somewhere in that area. They are still committed to Broderick Martin. Do not ask me why. They just are. And Johnny Newton, in my opinion, is not on there for us. It's not. I would love to say that's different, but it just is what it is. Emerald Easy 7 Zemi. That's hey, what up, dude? Billy Venable, what up, though? Swiss Army knives all over the field. That's what he wants. That's the pattern. Just look at it. Look at the defensive linemen. There's 2 defensive linemen that I had that will fit what the Lions doing perfectly. One of them just got in trouble. He's off the board. Byron Murphy, done. Off the board. Now, speaking of versatile people in linebacker, let me start to tell you some people that jumped off the board for me. And one of the names has already come up by One Pride 40, Jonah Ellis. And you might be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that is Luther Ellis' son. Let me tell you why I like him. This is a guy who is explosive. You know, he has some things to work on in this game, but we don't have depth at that position. And he's a guy who can put his hand in the dirt and get off the ball and stand up in a 2-point and get off the ball. And they want guys like that. But let me just tell you the people that truly grab my attention. Starting with my top 5 receivers. Okay? My top 5 receivers. I cannot tell you everybody else. I understand that the undersized stuff, they said the same thing about undersized when it came to James Houston, and it didn't stop on one bit. This undersized stuff has been brought up a long time. The same, you know, so yeah, we know they talked about the hand length of what's his damn name? Aiden Hutchinson, and it didn't stop nothing. It stopped absolutely nothing. And the truth is, it shouldn't stop nothing. The size don't mean nothing. I come from the era where I saw Dat Wayne and Zach Thomas go ham. Okay, I can keep naming short people if you want, but the size don't mean nothing. Don't mean a thing. I can go through and show you that size is not a thing. I'm telling you, based on what the Lions have been picking and talent-wise, this is what it is. So here's my top 5 receivers. Why are these my top 5 receivers? Because I believe we can get all of them, if not any one of these, and we don't have to go and do it in the first round. Hell, we don't even got to do it in the second. I believe a lot of these people are going to fall to the third. But this particular dude right here, this brother right here, okay? Woo, people. Let me just. Like I said, I spent a lot of time watching a lot of stuff. You know, when I had the opportunity to watch, I watched. Okay, this brother right here. This boy right here is different. This boy, Lad McConkey is different. I don't. Well, okay. He stood out to me in so many games because he was shifty. And when it looked like you had a free chance to knock the block off of him, nope. Why am I showing you the stats? Why am I giving you the stat line of this particular player? Because man, he a baller. He a playmaking baller. And don't let these numbers fool you. Don't let these numbers throw you off one bit. Okay? This brother will make you miss in spaces that I didn't even know was possible for you to miss. It's just not, he's not going to play with you like that. I've seen him take something that should have been a simple tackle. I've seen him take that and oh no, he is no Hunter Rainford. No. He is no Hunter Rainford. Matter of fact, hold on, let me show you. See, sometimes I believe people got to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need that proof. I believe people got to see it to believe it. This brother, and yes, I'm going to show you highlights because I don't have time to show you my breakdown because mine is all slow and drawn out and stuff, and I don't have time to show you that. I'm trying to do a podcast a day, one tomorrow, and all throughout the rest of the week, I'm going to be at the draft. I've already put in the PTO, prepare the others. I've already done it. Just prepare them. Okay? I just want you to see that he is no Hunter Rainford. Don't let nobody talk you into it. You know, the only thing he shares with Hunter Rainford, at best, is his skin complexion. That's about it. That boy different. I'm almost sure he had a fast 40. I know a lot of y'all like the 40 times. The short stuff. I don't really care about them. But I want to show you why he stood out to me. Okay. Let me put this on slow-mo. Let me put this a little bit. I got to bring this down just a bit. Not a whole lot, just a bit. All right. And let me bring it back up. All right. Now, y'all know I got to do this. I disagree on the Newton take. That's fine. Wait. Keep paying attention. I believe Reader messed it up for everybody. You got to have enough people to come in and rotate and be consistent. And seeing how Reader's going to be here for at least 2 seasons, not going to happen. Just watch this. This brother right here. This brother. Just watch this. Look at this. All right. I want you to understand something. There's a lot of space right here. You know, this is a window that brings a lot of space. But there's a guy right here. Okay? I just need you to understand the beauty of this. Just somebody catch him. Somebody. Like, the level of explosiveness is crazy. Look at that. Get inside. Boom. Breaks. Turn on the gun. Let's go. Boom. Like, this is a different one. Shout out to Just Bums Production for this one. I mean, just watch him in space, people. Watch him in space. Look at this. How? I don't even know what that move was, bro. I can't even tell you how does this even, first of all, how? And then look, oh, po baby. Po baby. That boy had the goddamn newborn deer legs. Look at this. Oh, got him, coach. What we gonna do? This dude is a tactician when it comes to that route running. That boy, and he got speed. This is no Hunter Rainford right here. Because guess what? Look, oh my God. I'm done. I'm done. Listen, if you think he's Hunter Rainford, more power to you. Hey, that's not Hunter Rainford. No. That's a weapon. That's a weapon that I know is not getting drafted in the first round. I know he's not. Getting taken in the first round. Could he go in the second? Maybe. But he damn sure ain't going in the first. And since how I believe we're going to have a collection of second-round picks, could he be up for a receiver? Sure could. Would I be mad about it? No, the hell I would not. No, I would not. Why? Because he has elusiveness, he has speed, he has wear all, he has route running. I can rock with it. I'm telling you right now. I can rock with it. Another guy that stood out to me when I started doing my film study, trying to check him out, my mans. Y'all probably looking like, man, Western Kentucky. My man, Malachi Corley. Malachi got problems. Malachi's a little bit different. Let me just tell you, Malachi, when he play, reminds me of. See, I got my notes right here. Part of me is looking at the notes and thinking to myself, do I really want to go with this? Because that's what he reminds me of. That's let me just tell you. Malachi, in my opinion, and again, this is my top, okay? My top. And I'm only basing this off of people that I know we can get in a later round. I'm not looking for people to take in the first round. I'm telling you right now, if the Lions select the receiver in the first round, ain't no trust to process my ass. I'm not trusting anything. Because if you take a receiver in the first round, what are you saying about Jameson? What are you saying about Antoine Green? Everybody don't change their numbers and stuff. What are you saying about those people? I'm not accepting receiver in the first round. I'm telling you right now. Okay? I'm telling you right now. But this brother, to me, plays like A.J. Brown. Okay? He plays like A.J. Brown. I've watched a number of games. Oh, I definitely didn't say he like no Hunter Rainford. Not even close. This dude, my man Malachi. Malachi, I'm gonna tell you, Malachi got some angry tendencies. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Malachi, I feel like likes to fight. I feel like, you know how y'all all know that one person that just need to throw hands? He just a violent person. He don't know why he violent, but he just a violent person. Malachi, to me, is that guy. Could Malachi mess around and sneak into the first round? It's possible. But as a betting man, I highly doubt it. Now, again, I have videos of my top 5 players at positions and stuff, and I just didn't get around to it. But listen to me. My man Malachi right here, okay? I just want y'all to understand down and distance. Don't lose track of down and distance, because this should not happen. This play is essentially dead, but not to Malachi. See what I'm saying? Not to Malachi. Malachi says, I'm going to need you to get in the weight room. I'm going to need you to get in the weight room. I'm going to need you to ice up because you're going to pull a hamstring trying to catch me, brother. Malachi says, if you thought you had me, let me let you know, I ain't for the play. Well, Luke, that's just the one play. I'm literally finna just random it so you can see the power of Malachi. Watch this stuff, man. Look at this. Underneath pass. Tell me this don't remind you of, look at this. Look at this. He wants you to be, let me skip on. Let me go ahead. Watch my man Malachi right here. And again, underneath. And you got to keep in mind, we need more depth at the receiver position. Okay? Now, these, again, are different. Look at this route. Did y'all see that? Hold on, let me go back. Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. Let me go back. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look down here. Ooh. No, don't do him like that, coach. Oh, my God. Malachi on my list, people. I don't see him going in the first, but this is a guy that you can get and you're going to get production out of. The thing about him that's weakness-wise is the route runner could be a little bit better, but he wants the ball. And as you can see, it ain't about contact. It ain't about that. I'm finna show you how you play big boy ball. I haven't seen this since, like, the Kevin Johnson days, where you just like, let me go ahead and body you. Yep. Oh, like he just Chris Brown body, Quavo body. Like, and if you know anything about rap beefs and everything, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. That guy Stands out to me. So, like I said, this is in no particular order, but Ladd for me is that guy. Malachi Corley is the other guy. This next brother up here, my man, Javon Baker. Javon Baker to me acts like he mad at everybody. like that's how I picture Javon Baker. He just mad at everybody. All right. Javon Baker has had a level of disrespect that forced him to say, I'm bigger and better than you. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. That's what he's literally telling you. I'm bigger, I'm better than you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. And one of the things that stood out to me about him was his ability to get off of press coverage in the release was some of the best that I have seen in a long time. You hear me? A long time. He has shown that he can get this thing done, and it's not an issue for him. This is why I like how he has presence of the ball. So keep in mind he played at UCF, so don't want to have people go too crazy over it, but let me just show you a little bit. Can't show too much of y'all because they're gonna take me off the air. All right, my brother down here, okay, and he's just gonna show you like how it looks. Okay, that's a poorly thrown ball. Adjust. That's another thing that stood out to me. His ability to adjust to a pass is next level. Now, should he have gotten that other foot down? Sure. But just getting to the adjustment part of it, look at this. Like, the hands is there. It's all there. These are just my top 5. Everybody don't got to like these people. All right? You don't got to like them. These are just my top 5. Let me just see if I can find this one right here. Look at this. Talk about I want the ball. And listen, here's the other part. Don't let the school fool you. Okay? When he went up against him, he did the thing. Again, you can look at the stats. That's for the people who care about that stuff. But I'm telling you, the boy's a baller. I'm looking for players. Next up, I have my man's Ricky Pearsall, Florida, number 1. He's a name that came up a few times. People was trying to figure out what it was. What stood out to me about this particular brother is he's a little bit of a do-wall. But traditionally with Pearsall, I just like the fact that, he had that inside out route things. It says, now here's that boy that looked like Hunter Renford. Hey, I'm just telling you, it ain't my man's. It ain't my man's Ladd. It ain't him. I can tell you that right now. But I like what I saw on the tape. I watched a bunch of different games of Ricky Pearsall, and I thought, okay, this guy look like he bought it. Yeah, okay. Another person that jumped out to me in my top 5 was Xavier Leggett. I hope I said that man's name right. This dude right here he got the potential to be like Antonio Brown, because I've watched him figure out what is going to be necessary for them to win. So top 5 receivers for me: Ladd McConkey from Georgia, number 84. Malachi Corley from Western Kentucky, number 11. Javon Baker, UCF, number 1. Ricky Pearsall, Florida, number 1. and Xavier Leggett from South Carolina, number 17. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with Leggett, so no need to show you anything. I do have my list of defensive edge rushers that I think fit what the Lions do. One of the guys, I think you're going to have to trade up to get him. I think you don't have a chance in hell if you don't trade up to get him. But if he just happen to slide, I think they'll take him, and that is Jared Verse. He won't slide. It just won't happen. However, outside of that, I just had to put him on there because he stood out to me. You know what I mean? He stood out to me. And plus, he could play inside and outside. The guy who I think is heavily on the Lions' radar is Muhammad Kamara out of Colorado State, number 8. Here's a guy who could play inside, outside, stand up. Like this, he got it. He got it. He has it. Him, Jonah Ellis is another one. And in case you was wondering about my man Muhammad Kamara, that boy had 13 sacks. That wasn't an accident. He's got 29.5 in 4 seasons. Or really, in he played 5, but only 4 of them got the seasons of sacks. But that man is a guy who stood out to me. Jonah Ellis, again, yeah, I know he got 16 sacks. I just think he's a guy that has that ability. And then my man Chop Robertson, who I think the Lions really want. Statistically, the sacks are not there. The tackle for a loss are pretty decent. But it's the fact that when I watch him play, he plays with power. He plays with that power inside and out, and it's hard to overlook it, and he still has the ability to adjust and change speed. And again, I don't see many of these people outside of Chop going in the first round. Now, a sleeper that nobody seems to be talking about, which has been blowing my mind, excuse me, is Austin Booker, number 9 out of Kansas. When I watched his film, I saw a lot of good bright spots, but I also saw a guy that you can get probably 4th or 5th round and still walk away feeling good about what you got. This brother is athletic as hell. Got a few nice little, pass rush moves. Run defense needs a little work. But I noticed every time they ran any type of read option, he wasn't having it. And he looks like he's fast as crap to me to be doing this. Here's a guy who only had 8 sacks, but I can assure you, when you go and look at the tape, whether you look at highlights or you break it down for yourself, you'll see some parts of the game that are weak. And that's why I got him as a later round draft prospect. However, he stood out to me, and I'm like, hey, that's somebody that fit what the Lions do. He can play multiple positions. The next person up on my list is Javon Solomon from Troy, number 6. Another guy that everybody's going to tell you is undersized and all these other things. We do not care. If you're worried about height and size, I suggest you go find something to do. All right? But I can assure you that these things are going to be there. Now, Down 19 says, I think Darius Robertson is definitely on the Lions' radar. Remember what you said, versatility. I do think he's on the radar. But I have him as a guy that is, he said 16 sacks is crazy. Yeah, that is. And he's not big. But I have Robertson as a guy that I think could probably go before we pick. And I think it's a guy that can make it to the second round. Because when you start to look at those later picks behind us and slightly ahead of us, ain't nobody checking for him. So if we can get down to 33, 34, 30, they not even looking for him. So you got options with him. I'm not knocking him. But he's on my list. I also have a guy by the name of Nelson Caesar out of Houston. Nelson Caesar, y'all not gonna like this comparison, but it's the truth. Nelson Caesar, you know what? I'll show you. I'll just show you. Because when I give you the comparison, you're gonna be like, Luke, you okay? And matter of fact, let me do this because I forgot to do this earlier. So apologies. You know I gotta let the people come into the thing and talk they talk. So that's not gonna change. I give the people a chance to speak. That's what we're here for. We speak here. All right. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it on up. All right, here we go. All right. I'm putting it in the chat now. So for the people who want to join and talk this draft talk with me and tell me what you think they're going to do, I'm for it. But keep in mind, I'm trying to cram a lot of stuff in there in a short period of time. All right. So the link is in there, and I think I pinned it. If I didn't, y'all let me know. All right. Let me get back to my Caesar tape. This brother, when I watched him, I genuinely was like, yo, why ain't nobody talking about this dude? And I got to looking around and stuff. Like, really looking around. And I couldn't find nobody talking about him. And I felt like there's some disrespect going on. Because he reminded me of a player that hasn't played in a while. I'll say that. But man, he's worth the price of admission. Okay. So let me just get it all queued up for you. Hold on 1 second, good people. Hold on. And I'm gonna stay here so you can see who's responsible for these videos too. Is it pinned? All right, we back. We got it. All right, I'm good. I got it up. This brother needs to be talked about a whole lot more. Because if you're looking for a late round draft pick and somebody who you may not have known or you may not have thought of, this brother reminds me so much of James from the Steelers. I'm talking about like just I want you to just picture this. Okay. I don't know if y'all remember him. Actually, I can still see his number 92. Little short, stocky, strong guy that just bully people. You know what I'm talking about? Like I want y'all to understand. Like I'm looking at comparisons with the idea that these people are going to stand out. I want y'all to understand something. If you're not sure about who I'm talking about, all right? I'm talking about James Harrison, all right? And I really want you to go back and look at James Harrison's, any of his highlights, okay? Once you do that, all right, I want you to come over here and look at anything Nelson Caesar. Because he plays just like him. He's really good at blitzing. He's really good at getting to the point and displaying power. Okay? And he likes the physicality of football. Just look at like the little small things. Okay? Now, many of you are going to be looking at this and saying, well, Luke, I don't see it. It's in slow-mo. All right? And it's in slow-mo for a reason. Okay? It's in it for a reason. He's a late round pick, but he reminds me of James Harrison. All right? That's who he reminds me of. Now, I showed that one for a reason because I got to give my people some love. NFL Film Rooms is a guy that I've rocked with for the longest, and I respect him. All right? I respect my people, and I support my fellow YouTubers. Can't do it too often. So let me make sure I get it right there where it's at. All right. We're down here now, good people. Look at this. Let me go back. Come on. Right there. Look at this. He's one of them guys. And this is the other thing that stood out to me. Watch this. Everybody's off the ball already. He was a little slow and delayed on this play, but watch this. So hand swipe down, spin move. Let me get that. That doesn't matter to him. That doesn't matter to him. This dude right here is just physical. It doesn't matter to him. Can you get him in the later rounds? Hell yes. Would you be happy with him in the later rounds? Hell yes. But he's physical. Bro, oh my God. Listen, people. I got to slow this one down even further. How can I make this goddamn thing bigger? Can I make this bigger? I need to make this. Let me slow this down further. I just need y'all to take this in. Okay? Take this all in. Let me see if I can make it bigger. I can't even make the damn thing bigger. Oh, wait. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Look how he just do Po Dude. Look at Po Dude. Look at Po Dude. Look at this. Oh, look at this shit here. Look at this shit here. How you just gonna do? Come on, look at this shit here. That's one arm. Oh my goodness. Get that boy some milk. Oh my God. Listen, I can't show too much because I don't need them to come down on me. But let me just tell you, this brother right here stands out to me. All right. Let me bring some of my people in, because they here. I want to bring my people in for a second. First up on this thing, Don 19, followed by D-Map Zoom, and my man Malik Mills in the building. All right. Don, what up, though?
What up, though? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, man. Fatherhood, being a husband, and take work, take work. How you been, brother?
Been a good day, My jersey finally came in. Said the all black joint. So happy about that.
Nice. Them boys nice. I like them.
They nice.
What you got for me, man? Who you got the Lions taking? With that first pick, I don't, or do you think they stand at 29? You think they trade? What you got for me?
I think they trading back, because when you look at our draft capital, when you got pick 29, I think it's 61 and 79. I think that's how it goes. And from pick 79 to all the way to the 5th round, that's a long time. So I think Brad Holmes think like, man, we might need more draft capital. So I could see them trading back for sure. But if it's a player they love, I'm pretty sure they'll move up and get him. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Is there any player in this draft that you really like? Like you just like, look, I don't care where we get them at. I just want them.
All right, so it's two players that I really, really think can make an impact day one. I think Quin Mitchell, it's gonna be impossible to get him. I would love for us to get him. I think he's the best cornerback. I don't care what school he went to. I don't care about the competition. If you could play, you could play. Tease Tabor went to Florida. Come on now. Come on now.
Hey, you saying names, you gonna get me cussed out.
I'm just telling
them people up.
Hey, I'm just telling the truth. And the other guy I put in the chat, Darius Robinson. I mean, just a big dude, versatile. Got like his size remind me of Jadeveon Clowney. He could, move inside. He could play the edge rush. I like him a lot. So those are two dudes I really like for me.
Now, Willie Ross, Lord Jesus, says we're not trading back for capital. We have spots that's not going to make the team.
Okay.
I think we are trading back, Willie. I'm gonna tell you why. I think when you look at the grand scheme of things, there's a number of players that they're going to be able to get, and they can get them all in the second round. They don't have to force or handpick anybody at 29. And it's funny that Brad Holmes made it an emphasis to say, I hope Lions fans can forgive him if they don't pick in the first round. Because
Right.
he's literally giving you the heads up that, hey, I got deals on the table.
Right. And you better, hey, listen, more capital, more chances that you could take. Like, and I don't think another position we not talking about is the safety position, because we lost Tracy Walker and we lost CJ Gardner-Johnson. You need people to back up Kirby Joseph, a Fountain Melifonwu. He been hurt through all his career, so you need depth in the safety position.
I see safety.
Sure.
I see safety as another reason why they will trade to get more capital, because they can get that safety in the second or third round.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to mortgage most of it. I think their biggest needs in terms of depth is edge rusher and linebacker. Hands down, they need depth there. But again, it's one of the things. Shout out to Chopper Trav, who says, "Good to have you back, Luke. I'm happy to be back, man. It's like I said, these kids, man. Kids, and got one on the way. That boy, I tell you."
So my man's in the chat said, it's Tavondre Sweat, not Byron Murphy. Tavondre, he the big dude. He got in a little DUI little situation, so it's him, not Byron Murphy. I could have
swore they said it was Byron Murphy.
I think it's Tavondre Sweat. It's Tavondre Sweat.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm almost sure there was Byron Murphy who got in trouble. I think it might have been both of them.
Right.
But I could be wrong. Let me double check.
Man, it seemed like the draft came quick. When you ain't looking at Tankathon, this month came around quick.
Oh, 100%.
Because if we was in the top 10, it would have been taking years to get here.
Well, again, that's what happens.
Yeah.
NFL draft prospect arrested for DWI after telling team he was done with partying. Texas defensive tackle in 2024 NFL draft prospect Trayvon Sweat was arrested early on Sunday.
Yeah.
A DWI in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
So, okay. Where did I get Murphy name from? I'm trying to think. Was it Murphy? I'm almost sure Murphy.
Because they both went to Texas. They both defensive linemen. You probably got a little mixed up.
I got to remember what the hell Murphy did.
Yeah.
It says Sweat log 45 Texas team, man. I can't. Okay, I could have swore it was Murphy. I think I even made a post about it on my community page, and I was like, "Well, this guy off your list."
Your wide receiver list solid. I like all of them.
Them receivers gonna be dope. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, Xavier Legette, that's the guy right there. I think he's I know you say you don't want him in 29. He might be the possibility pick right there.
I stand corrected. If I'm wrong about it being Murphy, again, I'm a Texas fan too, but I'm always, man, I know we got two big ones. So if Murphy is not the one with the, what did Byron Murphy do? Man, he did something. I cannot he did something.
Yeah, I ain't because you would have been seeing his name trending all on Twitter. So something like that.
I cannot remember. My brain is just not. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Listen.
Hey, listen. Sorry.
Listen, man. This baby has been a savage. I'm telling you, he's a full-fledged savage. So, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, if it's Sweat, even better. I like Murphy.
Yeah,
I took him off. I took him off because I thought it was him, but I got the two guys mixed up. So thank you for the correction.
Yeah,
it has been what it been. D Williams in the building, my man Ed W's in the building. Down 19. Let me get some more people in the building, brother. And it's always a pleasure.
All right. You know what? I'm a head out, man. I just wanted to check up on my guy, man. It's been a minute, man. I had to check up on you real quick.
The plan is to go live again tomorrow, and then after the draft, I'm gonna try to go live based on the time that I'm given. It's just, we getting closer to the end, so I'm just trying to get that stuff in, and I got stuff I want to talk about. We are talking about draft prospects, and if you want to join the show, I gave my top 5 receivers. I gave you some prospects that I liked as edge rushers or defensive end, and going from there. That's where we at, Lane, on Miles.
All right, appreciate you, Luke.
100%. My man down 19, man. Thank you, appreciate it. D-Map Zoom, what up, though?
My brother, how long has it been since I heard from you?
Man, it's been. Listen, bro. I'm trying. I really am. Y'all don't understand. It's therapeutic for me to do this, and so, I'm happy I can get a chance to do it. We'll be able to stop and slow down the running quarterbacks, and that's why a lot of the guys that I name, when I name these guys like Jonah Ellis, when I name these guys like Solomon from Troy, when I name those kind of guys, I'm naming them because these are the guys that stood out to me, that can solve that problem. When I'm naming people like Austin Booker, I'm naming Chop Robertson, I'm naming Jonah Ellison, I'm naming Muhammad Kamara, right? Like, I'm naming these people who I believe can solve that problem of the mobile quarterback. But I haven't even got in to my inside linebackers because I think that's another area we lack depth at. But what you got for me? And then at the U, I'm going to have my man Malik Mills jump in because, I rocks with my people, man.
Hey, man, not a problem. I ain't gonna lie, I was saying anything about that 29 pick, and like down 19 said, it's a good chance probably gonna trade it back. The only way we'll probably stay there is if a certain player that they know they really like actually falls.
And like I said, to me, that player's it has to be a tackle who has versatility. I also like the guy from Oregon that I think it was 1.40 brought him up earlier, Powers, right?
Jackson
Powers, right? Him. He's another one of those guys who can play center or guard. But I think the guy that they're looking at mostly is from Duke.
Yeah,
I believe it's the guy I believe it's Graham from Duke. I think a guy that can play multiple positions, it's a guy that they're looking at. And I think that they feel like, hey, we can get this guy and he can fill many spots for us. You got to look at what we've been bringing back. And I'm just telling myself, like, okay, cool, we can have that. So, but tell me, what else you got for me, man? Talk to me.
I'll say, man, yeah, pretty much. Other than that, it's like, I know we need a dog on that defensive line because we need some help to stop the freaking running quarterbacks, like you said. We're going this next year, we're going to be going against 15 of them, 15, 13 out of the games we play. 13 running cornerbacks, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, we can get. We know what help we can get.
I think we need a lot of help in a lot of areas. But I think he's going to address not necessarily looking at the need part, but people who can come in and have immediate impact, aka come in and be a starter or come in and have some instant playing time. And I think you got to look at that. When you look at the D line, who are they going to bring in who's going to take a lot of snaps from Aline and Reader? Who?
Not that many.
Right? And so that guy that you take got to be able to play inside and outside. And I don't see that happening. So I'll be surprised. But go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Oh, man. Shoot. Other than that, it's like that was really it. It was good to hear from him again, man. It's been a while. I know being a family man is rough. It's good to hear from him again.
I feel like this is what I tell you. I wouldn't say being a family man is rough. I would say this. There is nothing greater than being a family man and having a queen who supports you through every single thing that you do, having kids that when you ask them who's their hero, they say that it's their dad. And so that energy that they put into you is what makes it worthwhile. So off rip, but yeah, I'm excited to be back. My goal is to do this more often, especially as I'm trying to continue my entrepreneurship. And hopefully I get enough business to where I can do this when I want to and still go to work. You know what I mean? Still make a living for myself.
All right, man. I'm saying, all right, that's all I want to talk about.
I appreciate you, brother, man. Listen, let me answer this question from my man. That fan man says, Luke, who is your mid-round cornerback to develop? Cam Hart? I love the Cam Hart thing, but I see Cam Hart as a safety. And I like a lot of parts of his game, but that brother is a safety, and I like him because I believe he can still play corner in shorter distance. But if you give him too much space, it will get ugly. Who do I like that stands out to me? I would probably say it's Milton from Rutgers. Number 16. He stands out to me like a firefly. And I really, really, really do like him. I really, really do like him. He tackles. He gets physical. The wherewithal is there. It's there. It is there. Let me bring in my man Malik Mills. Malik,
What's up, Luke? What's
the
up,
Michigan man.
Yep.
Brother, how's it been?
It's been good. So I wanted to start with this. Before I get into the draft talk, I wanted to say a couple years ago, right? You remember at one point in time, I was on the mainstream media train with the Malik Willis talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you kind of got me off that train. And then that's when I made the prediction that came true of Aiden Hutchinson joining our Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm. You sure did. You was 100% steamrolling that one, but I think that might have been more fandom than anything else. But continue.
So tonight, the prophet is going to make another prophecy come true on Luke's show.
Oh, okay. Okay, now listen, you better make it count now. You make it count. The floor is yours. I'm not going to say nothing till you break it all. And listen, don't just tell me who. Break it down.
All right. You're going to be shocked. But the Lions have interviewed this player about, 3 to 5 times so far already. And that is Xavier Legette from South Carolina. And the reason why I say they're going to get him, because for one, we need an X-wide receiver. And Xavier Legette, he's it. He's the X-wide receiver. He runs, a 4.93? Big body.
You mean 4.39? 4.93 is slow for a receiver. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Go ahead.
4.39. Big body wide receiver. And we just need an ex-wide receiver. Armand, yes, he's a great wide receiver. Top 5 in my opinion. But the deep 50-50 up the sky contested balls, we need a big body wide receiver like that. Like if these a DK Metcalf type receiver. And I feel like we just one more offensive weapon away from going to the Super Bowl.
So let me get this straight. You got them taking Xavier Legette, a guy that I targeted as a possible receiver you can get in the 2nd to 3rd round. You think they're taking him in the 1st?
Yep. And I'm gonna tell you what.
If you call that, listen to me. If you call that, I'm not even gonna go to the draft on Friday. I'm giving Malik Mills the Luke G show love. I'm gonna be your producer. You just talk the rest of the show. I don't see it. I just don't see it, and it's just I don't see it. Shout out to my man, Friendly Neighborhood Lions fan. And I'm happy to be back. But yeah, go. I don't know, brother.
But look at it like this, though. Look at it like this. Pick 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though, yes, they're still technically 1st round. But when you really look at that, you can consider that the beginning of the early beginning of the 2nd round. You see what I'm saying? How many picks? How far away is 29 from the 2nd round, Luke?
But I would have a whole cow though. We can't do it. We cannot take a receiver, and I know we love us some receivers, but to do that is you literally throwing in the towel on. It's just you throwing in the towel on Jameson.
True. Well, you can, but at the same time, if you get Legette, right, and Jameson works out, your offense, that just makes your offense even better you want your offense to be as best as possible. Look at the teams who went to the Super Bowl last year. The 49ers, even though that was because we didn't take them a couple of field goals and the Josh Reynolds drop passes, but the 49ers was able to come back and put up a decent amount of points on us.
Because we didn't run the ball. We threw it too damn much. That's the difference.
That too. I forgot about that too. And then you gotta look at the Chiefs. The Chiefs is a high-powered scoring offense too. So,
but here's the thing, though. The reality is this: the Chiefs' defense made enough plays, right? And so when you have guys making plays, that's different. And you got to remember, we at a stage now where we can't talk about what everybody else is doing. We have a Lions way, right? And whether fans are ready to accept that truth or not, it's a truth. We have a Lions way. We don't have to sit up there and say, we don't have to sit up there and say, oh, well, look how these people are doing it. No, we have a way. It's just that in that particular game, we got away from what was working. People forget we had 121 yards rushing in the first half on 21 carries. We ran the ball 8 times the rest of the game, and that's with a 17-point lead.
And then one more thing I want to touch on. You see, at first, I wasn't like earlier in the off season, I wasn't thinking about Leggett, but I was really thinking Darius Robinson, or I asked you about him earlier, but I can't remember his name. You
said it right, out of Missouri?
No, not him. There's another defensive end from UCLA.
Oh, you talking about Lakatu? I'm probably pronouncing his damn name wrong too.
Yeah,
Lakatu.
Him.
Yeah, I'll pass on him.
What is it like? What is the chances of them really dropping to us if we don't trade back? Like you did make a good point. We could trade back, but if we don't trade back, what is the chances of them two players dropping to us at 29?
I think it's a really good chance that Robinson drops to us, or either of them guys dropping to us. But I think that the issue is going to come down to what do you want to do in terms of the trenches? To me, it's an offensive line person, because if you look at our team last year, we had a bunch of injuries, and we didn't have a lot of linemen to come in and play. And so having a guy who can come in with versatility that can take over, particularly a tackle who can play guard. Why? Because guess what? Taylor Decker is going to be up for a contract, and I don't think the Lions are going to give him another one. I don't think the Lions are going to say, you know what, I want to invest in Taylor Decker further. I think they're going to move Sewell over to left tackle, find a guy that they can plug in at right tackle who they draft this year, and guess what? Hopefully we're picking 32 the next year.
But from the camp, I'm hearing positive things about Taylor Decker and the Lions getting another contract.
I mean, if you are hearing it, then good. But then you still got Zittler, and they're going to keep building the lineup. And then you still got the Frank Ragnow thing. So, all of those things to me play a part.
Okay.
So, but again, if you hit that out the park, I'll be the first to tell you, hey, you a bad mamma jamma. You feel me? Hey, you did that. Let me answer this question about Looney Tunes. It says, what safeties do you like the most so far, Luke? I have gone back and forth on this because of different reasons, and I know this is going to not be necessarily a popular pick. But the question for me came down to, do I just want a pure safety, or do I want a guy who can play more than just a safety? A guy that can play cornerback, or that could be possibly a linebacker, or that can, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody like that. Like that's how I'm picturing it. And if I can find a guy that's going to do that, I'll put it this way. Let me just give you the name, and I'm gonna break it down like this: pure safety. I gotta go with my guy Tyler Nubin, right? He reminds me a lot of like Winfield, a guy that can tackle, and seems to have a neck for the ball. I like him if you're looking for a pure safety. Somebody that can, make you feel good about life. I'll go with him. If you're talking about a guy that can do a little bit of some of everything and can really help create a problem for people, then I got my man James Williams from Miami. A guy that I think that people are going to say, "Oh, he's probably a linebacker." Yeah, probably, but he can play that, and he can play. I was a fan of Isaiah Simmons. I was a fan of Kyle Hamilton. These are people that I think can play linebacker and safety. And when I watch James Williams, I think James Williams has that same ability to be able to say, you know what, I can do a little bit of it all. So I like him a lot. Another person that, again, many people ain't gonna like it, but it's just me. And just for the record, James Williams is like 6'4". I'm almost sure he's like 6'4", 200 some pounds, and he can move. Like, he can move. But another guy that stood out to me was Jaden Hicks, safety out of Washington State. His style of play was more relatable in terms of like Brian Branch. You want to tackle, you can kind of move him around a little bit. I think that you're looking for that pure safety, he'll be a guy for me. So that's what I would go with. A guy like that.
And I was going to say, one thing I would say, when it comes to Luke and his safeties, people should always agree with Luke and his safeties because who was it? Kyle Hamilton that played for the Ravens, right?
Yep.
Kyle Hamilton.
Isaiah Simmons would have been another one of those ones if they actually play him.
Because Kyle Hamilton is a dog. He is a dog.
Yeah, we could have had him and Aiden Hutchinson. Think about that. Think about that.
Dang, yeah, that would have been decent. Because Kyle Hamilton he was making plays all last season. Every time you turn on the Ravens game, because I live here in the DC Baltimore area. I live in DC though, but we get to see the Ravens and the Commanders game. But every time you turn on the Baltimore game and they on defense, all you hear is Kyle Hamilton. Watch out for Kyle Hamilton. Man was making plays all over the field last season.
Yeah, I get it. One Pride 40 says, your thoughts on Cooper DeJean? I think he's cool, but he ain't my style of play for safeties. Do I think he'll be successful somewhere? Sure. Can he be like Harrison, or can he be like what's the guy over there? What is his name? Bates? Sure, he could. He's not my style of safety, and I don't believe he's the style of safety that the Lions will look at. Do the Lions like players from that school? Sure. But do I think he's the style of safety that we need? No. What's the difference between Cooper DeJean and Brian Branch? What's the difference?
What's the difference? I'm gonna say really nothing. What you call it? Brian Branch. Brian Branch is better. Cooper DeJean is like a lower level Brian Branch. And I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna use something I heard Michael Fitzpatrick say. I might get hate criticism for this. Cooper DeJean is a poor man Brian Branch.
Oh, I just don't see the difference. Shout out to Turbo Duran. He says Detroit Lions suck. They always been sucky. Eminem needs to stop going to games. He is not Taylor Swift. Later, y'all. Okay. Okay. That fan man said, do you like the Clemson D tackle Luke? Rook? No. When I watched him, this is what the problem was for me. When I watched him, I saw things and I'm like, okay, cool, but he's just like DJ Reader. And I don't want another guy like that. I want somebody that they want inside or outside. This is why Kominski is still on the team, inside outside. People were complaining because they was doing the same thing inside outside with Aiden Hutchinson. Well, guess what? There's no depth behind him on the D line in terms of the DNs and the edge rush. There's no depth there, right? You look at our DNs. Y'all really okay with Najee Davenport?
Nah,
I mean, not Dante Davenport. Good.
Devin, I
Devin.
think talking about
Yeah,
Devin.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, Davenport ain't it.
No, that man stay injured too. Nah,
Right.
That's one thing I
Grossly
can say.
inconsistent.
That's one thing I can say. I don't know what's up with. That's the only thing. That's the only criticism I have on Brad and Dan. What is up with these injured players?
The Davenport signing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna call Marcus Davenport is the name. I call him Najee. God, that's the Steelers running back. But Marcus Davenport to me was one of them signings like, hey, let's see what we can get out of him. If you're gonna do that, you could have went and took a chance on Chase Young. You're gonna get more out of Chase Young than you would out of Marcus Davenport. Davenport had every chance, free reign with Danielle Hunter to go ham and nothing. He gets nothing. He lose. Good day, sir. And again, they gave him a 1-year deal, right? So that lets you know that they're still trying to add help there, right? So, but I think they know they can get that in the second round. I think they understand, like, I don't have to break the bank on it. So yeah, nope, he's not it.
And you know, another player I would have tried to get, another player that they could have tried to take a 1-year chance on, Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not taking nobody older. You already took Marcus Davenport, and that's it. My man Tiny Toon says, I remember people was turned away from Kyle Hamilton because of his 40 time, like that matter. Trash. Now look at him, all pro. And the scary part is there were people who argue with me that he was a linebacker who have yet to come back and be like, I was wrong about my take on Kyle Hamilton, and you was right. Kyle Hamilton, for anybody who do not know, Kyle Hamilton is making a significant difference for the Baltimore Ravens defense. That's just facts. Shout out to my man Craig Bevins. I use this brother picture every time for my Father's Day video because it's beautiful, and I love seeing it. He says, Luke coming in late. I'll go back and watch. Appreciate it. I am doing a much later show than usual, but hey, you know, I had to. You know, I had to. I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. It'll probably be again at 8:30, so I can navigate that. On Thursday, I'm going to the draft because I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do that. And yes, I'm gonna be bored. I have come prepared with some things, and we're gonna see how it go. Says Luke, I know you ain't calling me Tiny Toon. What I call you? You listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm usually asleep by this time. My apologies, Looney Tune. What I call him, Tiny Toon? Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Looney. I'm staying up way past my bedtime. I said I gotta get this show in.
And Luke, let me ask you this one more question, Luke. Tell me what you think about this draft prospect. I'm gonna give you a hint. You should always know what I'm talking about. His name is just the coolest name ever. And it will look sweet on the back of a line.
No, it will not. You better not say no damn Kool-Aid. No, it will not. It will not look sweet. And I'm listen to me. All right, listen. All right. Okay, I see right now. I see what you choosing violence today. No, it will not. Listen to me.
You want to take Kool-Aid or Kool-Aid right there at 29?
Man, hell no.
Kool-Aid won the top corners in the draft.
For who?
For any team right there, Luke. Kool-Aid.
For who?
Any team. Any team. Kool-Aid might turn out to be another Ladarius Lee.
Yeah, y'all not finna play with me. Listen, I know that no. Why? No. I ain't trying to be funny. Tell me, where does Kool-Aid rank in your cornerbacks right now? Tell me. I'm listening.
Where does Kool-Aid rank in my quarterback?
Yeah, where does he rank?
I would rank him probably.
You ain't even got. Just give me a number, 1 through 100. Where?
About 20. He be at 20. He be at 20 because he getting picked somewhere at 20. So I'm gonna put him in the 20.
Okay, so you put him in the top 20.
Huh?
You put him in your top 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you look at the team he played on?
Yes, he played at Alabama.
Okay.
I watched them in the only time I ain't gonna lie, the only time two times that I really watched Alabama was that Rose Bowl and that SEC championship game.
What did Kool-Aid do in that game?
What the Rose was one?
The Rose Bowl. You say that's the game you watched with Alabama, right?
And the SEC championship versus Georgia.
Okay. That's the only time you watched him. What did he do in those games that you watched him on?
Well, the Rose Bowl, yeah, I mean, he didn't really have a good game, but you gotta look at who he's going against, though.
I don't want to hear that. Oh, fuck no. We're not gonna do disclaimers. You said his name would look cool in our jersey. You said that them the two games you watched. You said look who he going against. That's what you said.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that Rose Bowl, he ain't do nothing, but that SEC championship game, if I'm gonna right, he had a shutdown. He had a decent performance that game. If you pull up the stats, he had a decent performance that game.
Okay, so after you watch them games, how are you feeling about these people?
I'm feeling good about.
You think he worthy of being taken 29th overall?
Yeah, I think he getting picked in the top 20, somewhere in the top 20s, bro. Yeah, you can't say that man again picked somewhere in the top 20, Luke. You was a football man. You was a wise man like Paul Heyman. You was a football man, Luke. You know football. You played the game.
The learning curve for a cornerback is a little bit, in my opinion, it's about as difficult as learning quarterback. My issue is when I look at Kool-Aid on a stacked team, and then I look at him going against quality opponents, he was very forgettable against Michigan. And ain't none of the Michigan receivers going in the first round.
Okay. You right about that.
You just like the name. And don't get me wrong, me and you both African American. I love Kool-Aid. But I'll be damned if I love it enough to just take a player because of the name. I'm not going to play that game. No. Okay.
I really believe in Kool-Aid though. Let me ask you this: if Kool-Aid say we don't pick him, right? But say he get picked somewhere in the top 20, right?
Yep.
And then this year he become all first team, all rookie first team. Then what would you say? What would you say on that day? What would you say?
I don't care about that. Tell me when he hit an All-Pro. Because guess what? The Pro Bowl has become diluted. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the things in the NFL have become diluted. The All-Pro is where the truth is at. See, we got people like Amon-Ra St. Brown who didn't make the Pro Bowl, but he made an All-Pro because they saw how good he was. I don't care about the Pro Bowls, and I don't care about him making no defensive rookie of the year. I don't care about him making an all-rookie team. When I watch him play, I need to know that he came to show up and he's shown dominance. And if I don't see that, I can care less about the rest of the stuff. I think that Kool-Aid sound good, but I'm just telling you, look, if you're gonna look at Kool-Aid's highlights, right? Like just humor me, right? Humor me a little bit. Go and look at Kool-Aid's highlights, because I will tell you to watch all the tape, but the highlights would be the fastest thing that people are gonna look at any damn way, right?
I'm gonna do that tonight, and I'm gonna cut, and I'll come back on. I'm gonna come back on tomorrow.
But I want you to compare him to somebody.
All right.
I want you to compare him to Max Milton from Rutgers. Okay. I want you to look at Max Milton from Rutgers and compare them to. Now, I want you to understand this. I want you to look at this from a standpoint that makes sense. Because one of the reasons I was a fan of Meek Robertson was because his ability to be scrappy and always competitive to make a play. I want you to just look at it from there. Now, to give you a bit of a preview, so I don't want you to run. I just want to show you that we can do this a little different. And shout out to One Pride 4 who says Hamilton and Branch spot. Hey, he'd have been just fine. Luke's back. That's from Brendan McMillan. Yes, I'm back. Kool-Aid from Bama. Yes, I knew he's gonna say. Joseph Murdoch, I'm late to the show. I'll check it out at lunch tomorrow. Always enjoys your content. I hope Holmes taking care of the O-line. and the opportunity they have in this draft. That's what I think he's going. I think he's doing O-line. Donkey Kong says Super Bowl or bust. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Holmes, maybe back up. Holmes is the best GM ever. We'll find out soon enough. By opportunity, I mean Jackson Powers Johnson at 29. I can see that because he plays more than one position. And I think that all yields itself to the fact. I can see that. I can truly see it. All right. Now, this for you. You really want Kool-Aid. Now, this is what you said. All right. Now, this is Max Milton. All right. And he number 16. So if you need me to slow it down, let me know. Hold on, let me fix this because this thing, the quality of this is going down by the minute. That's it. It's only going to 720. All right. Max Milton. All right. I'm just going to show you a little bit. You go find it. I just want you to look him up. I think Max Milton is going to be a cornerback we're going to hear about much later because he plays in a way that makes it hard for people. Now, in case you don't see him, Dog come up here from the force this fumble, and my man's Max Milton is right here.
All right.
And this ball comes out. Milton gets in there and get the ball, but none of that means anything to me because I'm going to skip past all of that. Now, where he at? He's this 4th and 13. All right, here we go. Now watch this. These are the kind of players that he usually go after. Are you making sound tackling in open field? This play right here is huge. Open field tackling is what we're looking for. He's up top. Let me get that. Back up off me. Back up off me.
Okay. He looks decent. Yes, he looks decent. But while this video is asking for the accident, how many teams, even though I'm a Big Ten fan because I'm a Michigan guy, but how many true teams, is there in the Big Ten, Luke?
I don't even know if that matters. I think you got to remember, man, none of that stuff matters if the talent is there, right? It's about the talent. If the talent is there, nobody cares about the rest of that. Can you perform? Let me ask you a question. What school did Jerry Rice go to?
Hey, I don't know. I don't remember what school he went to.
Forget that. What about Kurt Warner?
Hey, I know the quarterback. The only school that I really know that was a small school that somebody went to was.
I'm just naming you people who are in the Hall of Fame that didn't go to these big name schools.
I'm gonna give you one. The quarterback for the Eagles, McNair, I think, and he went to Alcorn State. Was it him that went?
Donovan McNabb? McNabb went to. I'm trying to remember where McNabb. God, it's been a while. You brought up Donovan McNabb. I had to think about this one.
No, I'm talking about the old one before McNabb. Before McNabb, that went to Alcorn. He was like first.
Before Donovan McNabb? Who the hell did they have before Donovan McNabb?
This was like in the 80s. He was like their first black quarterback for the Eagles.
Oh, you talking about Randall Cunningham?
Yeah, there you go, Randall.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Okay, I had to think about it.
And he went to Alcorn State.
But I just want you to see this. Look at this play right here. Right? Look at my man Max Milton.
All right.
This is the kind of play that Lions look at. This is grit. You want to try to block me? Let me get off of that. Let me get over here.
Okay, yeah, okay.
He wants the smoke.
Yeah.
He wants the smoke. Look at him on the bottom of the screen. Look at him. Look at him. Man, y'all don't understand. Let me get off here before they put me out. Don't put me out.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing, Luke. What's the one school that Brad Holmes loved?
The one thing that he loved.
No, the one school that he loved.
He loved the ACC. I know that.
Nah, he loved them Bama boys.
I'm not gonna say he loved the Bama boys. He loves people who come from certain pedigrees of coaching and who shows level of maturity with talent. So I'm not gonna say Bama boys because he had a chance to get a few Bama boys and he didn't get them. Now, I know Brian Branch is one. I know Jamison Williams is one. I know Jameer Gibbs is another. I may be forgetting somebody else. My brain ain't hitting it right like it usually do. But yeah, I don't think it's necessarily Bama as much as it's certain conferences that he picks in, and ACC seems to be where he like them at.
True. But yeah, I'm gonna go do my homework. So when I come back tomorrow, I could, say, okay,
Go do it. Go do it. I just want to know what's the difference between Milton and Kool-Aid, because Kool-Aid got a cool name, and that's just about where the bus stopped.
I'm gonna look at their stats. I'm gonna come with stats and all that too, Luke.
Okay, I appreciate it. Bring it on. I'll be here tomorrow, 8:30.
All right, cool. I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow.
Appreciate you, brother. Look, again, people, this show is about you. You come in and talk your stuff. And again, to people wondering, Steve McNair is who went to Elkhorn State. I could not remember who he was talking about because he said Eagles. And I knew Steve McNair was not on the damn Eagles. But I'm like, oh, he's talking about Randall Cunningham. And McNair went to Syracuse. Yeah, so that's why I was a little confused. Offensive line with the first pick. That's what listen, Kevin T. Jones. That's my prediction. I'm 100% sure when you look at it, we have had a number of injuries that has lent itself to us having to reshift our offensive line. If you get an offensive lineman who can play tackle and guard, which is what my prediction is, they're taking the guy who can play tackle and guard. That's what they're doing. Whoever they take got to be able to play their position plus guard. If you play guard, great. But it's got to be like tackle and guard. I got them doing tackle and guard. Some of the people whose names came up that I like was out of Oregon State. Talasini Foga. I probably pronounced his name wrong, but I know he can play offensive tackle and guard. Troy Fawutino. I probably pronounced his name wrong. Offensive tackle and guard out of Washington. Jackson Power Johnson. I believe he can play guard and center. So that's good to know, right? But Graham Barton out of Duke is who I think that they like. I think they like him, and I think they like Cooper Beebe. I think they want the guy who's going to be versatile. I think if they're stuck there, they're taking that position. I don't think for one moment it's a receiver. I don't think for another moment it's going to be a cornerback. Does DN possibly, DN or pass rusher also add up into that mix if they stuck at 29? Sure it does. Is it rated high enough for them to risk it? No, it's not. Because they're going to let Marcus Davenport play. They're going to add high quality offensive linemen. And then here's the other part. If let's say you don't get the trade, which they're going to get the trade, but let's say you don't. All right. At the end of the day, you got to take somebody who's going to get significant playing time. We've had a number of injuries on the offensive line that's going to create that. So I just, it's hard for me to see it. I can't wait to see the Hendon Hooker. I like golf, but I want to see someone more mobile. My only thing is we got to see how Hendon Hooker do in preseason. He's going to have to really make people like want to make golf be gone. I've been saying that, Luke, all offseason. O-line is the way to go, and Powers, Johnson, or Burton are my top picks for the Lions. Listen, I've watched Barton, Graham Barton. I've watched Powers, Johnson, and I'm telling you, the only thing that stood out to me was like, as I was watching, I'm like, wait a minute, he playing center? Oh, damn, he playing guard? Oh, shit, he playing. Like, I was finding tape where they were doing it all. And when you have a guy who can do it all, it's going to get people to look at. The guy who broke his leg and hopped off the field, yeah. Next year, we'll be handcuffed to draft 2 O-linemen if we don't draft one this year. They're drafting about 2 O-linemen this year, in my opinion, so there's no doubt about it. Devin Bynum says, who did we draft? Draft is on Thursday. I'm just talking draft talk today. Draft is on Thursday. I don't think this regime values versatility like you think. All right, well, let's examine it. Okay, let's examine it. They took Aiden Hutchinson They put him inside and outside quite often. Penei Sewell has played guard, fullback, tight end, both tackles. That's versatility. Brian Branch play safety, slot corner. That's versatility. Jahmyr Gibbs can line up outside and be a receiver. That's versatility. You look at people, even Jamison can be a returner and a receiver, and he has played some running back. Running back for Amon-Ra St. Brown and receiver has been there. That's versatility. I can keep going, but I'm just putting it out there. There's people that they've added. Even when you look at just the draft, we're not talking about necessarily the free agency. Free agency, they go and get those guys too, but they usually get guys who are who are really stationary in their positioning. But versatility is exactly what they're looking for. Look at the linebackers. Even Jack Campbell can play inside, outside, and possibly DN. And they used him as an edge rusher. So Malcolm Rodriguez, inside, outside guy, used him on special teams, fullback. It's all about versatility. Hell, the guy that we had playing fullback for us was a linebacker. They literally want versatility. I'm trying to think hard, who do we have that don't have versatility? Even Jalen Reeves-Maybin can go inside, outside, special teams. We're just talking versatility, right? And if you're just talking versatility, yes, like I said, if he's a guy that played safety and he's played corner, yeah, they care about versatility. It matters. Having a guy that can play more than one spot matters. Our tight end can be lined up at wide receiver. Not miss a beat. Graham Glasgow, center guard. Frank Radnow, center guard. This versatility is all over there. It is all over there. So, if you don't believe that, cool. But I think there's enough examples presented to show you that they do it. They're asking them to do multiple things, and they don't want you to just be a one-hit wonder. Oh, you only could be a DN. No. They're going to put people on the inside. They're going to put people on the outside. Ellis Anzalone can play all the linebacker spots. Brian Burns can play all the linebacker spots. Versatility, I think, is everything for them. I could be wrong, but I just don't believe it. I've been on for an hour and 47 minutes. If anybody else wants to join, let me know. Let me know, because I'm going to get up out of here in a minute, man. I still got to get up at 4 a.m, but I had to do this show. I really missed this. I being able to come on and do this, I didn't even I just knew I had to come on and talk about it. And then tomorrow I got other players I want to talk about. I got other people I want to talk about, that I didn't get to. I gave y'all my top 5 receivers. I gave y'all some defensive end edge rushers names. But I didn't give you all my linebackers that I like. I didn't give you all the cornerbacks that I like. And I can do that tomorrow. How do I join? If you look into the chat right now, there's a link pinned to the top. All you need is a phone, some internet, and a way to talk to me on a microphone, whether it be your Bluetooth headset or your phone itself. It's all possible. And you click that link, and when you get ready to join, I'll let you in and we talk that talk. That's how you get in, Captain T. You know what I'm saying? Ed W says, I expect someone opposite of Hutchinson to have a breakout season. Reader is the missing link to command double teams. Okay, how can I word this? Okay. Reader, I feel like Reader can get you some double teams for the most part, but when it's a passing down, I don't think you put Reader out there. And so now, even if he get double team on a running down, They're just going to run it wide. And so the guys on the outside and the inside is going to have to step it up a notch. And that's just the reality of it. But again, if you want to join, the link is pinned up into the chat description. And so you just got to go in the chat and click on that link and you in. What's going on, Go Lions? What up, though? What's going on? It says I'm coming in now. You leaving? I've been on for 1:50, but I'll wait for you. If you want to hop on, talk your stuff, I'll wait for you. I ain't in no hurry. And Debbie says, you got my support, bro. I appreciate your take. Hey, I appreciate it. I spend a lot of time researching a lot of stuff and making sure that what I see is exactly what I see. Greg, delusional Lion fans, what up, though? Boy, you came in hot. Welcome back, brother. How are you? Oh my God, he came in rest to talk his trash. Yeah, delusional Lions fans. You're a Pistons fan, so hey, I guess you can slide with that comment for right now. Let me tell you this though. There are some players who named you. If the Lions traded up, which I don't see how, I've tried to come up with 1,000 scenarios where the Lions trade up, and none of them make sense. None of it makes sense. So that tells me that they're trying to trade out. More draft capital. More future capital. I feel like for that 29th pick, if somebody offered them a second in next year's draft, and they offered them a third in this year's draft, and a potential second to first round, they'll take it. But that 29th pick, it's no reason for you to pick there because everybody you want is going to still be on the board in the second round. And if you're wondering who are the possible trade partners I have us going at, well, I've looked at it based on what teams need. The Cardinals at 35 is a good option. So is the Chargers at 37. And I also look at Washington because Washington has picks 36 and 40. And I believe if Washington got a chance to move up to add some more help to their quarterback room after they draft their quarterback, I think Washington would do it. And you can see the Lions potentially end up with picks 36 and 40 on top of their pick at 61. So I just think it boils down to the option. But the Commanders, when you look at the Commanders' picks right now as it stands, right, they got the second overall pick, right, and they got 2 seconds. And I think that they'll be more than willing to part with one of them seconds to move up to the 29th in a future draft pick from the second that they can have to get some of these people that they want. They're still rebuilding their whole process. But I think most of what the Lions want is going to be there if they just trade that 29th pick and get one of these earlier picks. The Panthers have picked 33 and 39. And I can see the Panthers doing a trade and saying, hey, we'll take 29 and, and give you one of these picks. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think the Panthers traded their first overall pick, their first round pick. So if they traded their first round pick and they can now get back into the first round at 29, and particularly for a receiver, or if not a receiver, some more help for their damn quarterback because he's been getting killed. But that's another potential trade partner. And the Lions have made many phone calls, and my soul tells me that they are not going to waver from it. But they're not looking to trade the 29th pick and be picking like 20. Not unless you're telling me I get a first round pick next year. And in case you're wondering who 20 is, AK in the second round, number 52, is the LA Rams. But it's very possible. He says, I wish, Greg says, I wish it was warmer Thursday and Friday. Yeah, it's weird. It's supposed to rain on Friday. And I remember seeing something on the news that said we can't bring umbrellas. So that's out of the thing. You need to get you a poncho. And I know on Sunday it's supposed to be like 81. So funny how that works. Only see someone trading up for 29 if someone wants a quarterback that falls. Well, let's hope that's what happens. My man Kevin T. Jones figured it out, and he's in the building with me. What's going on, brother?
What up, though?
Let's talk about it, brother. What's going on?
Man, I'm all the way in Texas, Dallas, Texas.
See, I'm a state in Texas college football fan.
I am a Detroiter by blood.
Come on now, talk to me now. Talk to me. You how you find me in Texas?
Listen, when I was looking for commentators back in the day, and it was all of you all on the whole time. See, I didn't have the luxury of finding Woodward Sports and all the rest of them. Back in the day, it was you and brother with the black braids.
Okay.
and Mo and Mobby and
Yep.
And then I'm like, what happened? I'm seeing everybody else now, and it's tripping me out.
Yeah, what happened was, as life gets to lifing, life get to life, it changes priorities, man. Like, when I was doing it, I had when I first started, my wife was pregnant. Then at that point, the baby was a baby, and you used to hear my kid in the back all the time. I was doing shows while doing it. You know what I mean? Like being a dad. Now that he's older, he is so in tune to what's going on. It's like, yeah, my attention is necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very intentional about doing that. And then on top of that, I end up having another baby. And then now I got one on the way. So that gives me a total of 3.
Yeah.
And so,
that'll do it.
And that'll do it, man.
Yeah, I remember when he always clicked up at the whole time.
Yeah. Yep.
But, as I sat back and I'm sitting here watching my Lions, because I go way back with them. I went to Munford High back in the day.
Oh, yeah. You Detroit for real.
Yeah.
You Detroit for real.
When I got out of Detroit, I just never came back, because, it's too much going on. Don't like to tell my age, but I came out in 87. I got out right before everything started crack-a-lacking.
Okay.
And I got to Texas and loved it and never went back. But
it's hot as hell, though. I'm just be honest with you. We gonna don't leave the heat out. Don't leave the heat and how everything in Texas kill you, killer bees, killer everything.
Yes.
We're not gonna leave that out.
What kills you more is when them Cowboys beat the Lions.
Well, last year, I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama don't believe that's what happened. They just said, you know what?
Man, we're not even going to go there.
We're not even going to go there. But talk to me about the draft, man, because you seem to think that they're going to go in the way of the offensive line.
The reason why I said that is because you're going to have problems with that offensive line next year.
I agree.
Now, I personally think that they're going to look for a center who can play guard, and you could push him over the guard right now because Taylor Decker can get hurt, and we make do. But when Ragnow gets hurt, nothing seems to move right.
Nope. And Graham Glasgow ain't it.
Exactly.
Not at center. Is he serviceable? Sure.
They're going to be looking for a center to move over to over the guard just until Ragnow finds what he's going to do. Then they're going to double back and find a tackle who could play guard.
I agree with you.
I think they're going to double down on offensive line because that's the bread and butter. They say they want to run it, and that's been our bread and butter.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I see a lot of people keep bringing up Zach Frazier. I don't think he makes it to 29. I don't. Once you get past ask yourself, who would you take next? Like, look down there. Let's go through. Matter of fact, like in mock drafts don't mean nothing. I just want to say this again for the people who hard of hearing. Mock drafts don't mean nothing, right? But if you have a chance to look at a mock draft and see, prospect wise and what they're trying to claim, if I'm one of these teams taking a quarterback high, I need a tackle to protect this blind side. So if
Yep.
I'm Chicago, if I'm Washington,
Yep.
I need somebody to protect them. If I'm Minnesota, I'm looking to protect my quarterback investments, right? So I don't see it. Could he make it? Sure.
What is the guy's name? He's either a center or a guard, and he broke his leg, and he climbed and he like hopped off the field on off what's his name?
Give me a minute. My brain gonna come there. Boy, I'm telling you, y'all have no idea how breaking your sleep patterns will set you up for failure.
Oh yeah, I work.
like I am over here like, damn it, I should be asleep.
But that's the type of guy that they will pick.
Well, of course, yeah. If you hurt, then you definitely on their radar. you definitely on it. You hurt? Oh yeah, you on their radar. You
hurt, and you got grit with it. You that much of a dog that you hop off the field?
I'm trying. What the hell is his damn name? Now I'm trying to think. Now you're gonna have me up here thinking hard.
Oh, I cannot remember his name. I was watching a preview one day.
Let's see if the chat remember. I know the chat be hip to this stuff. They might know it, but I'm having a hard time remembering his name. My man Perry Ball says, Luke, I hope you're doing well. I am, brother. I am. I hope you're doing well too. I hope life is not lifing you and is treating you well. So
you say you ought to be asleep. You wake up early in the morning?
I wake up at 4 a.m. to get my day started.
Oh yeah. See, I work nights.
Yeah, I wished.
Yeah,
it would be so much easier.
So much easier. To 7 a.m.
I like this theory. Stafford and the Lions pulled that famous fake snap win to get on the Cowboys, which embarrassed Jones in the NFL. We've been getting road games and BS calls there ever since.
Ever since.
I mean,
ever since. Do you know how much trash? See, I got a lot of family down here. Do you know how much trash I get talked to because I'm a Lions fan?
Well,
But they could not say a word this year.
Yeah, if you paying attention, you know what happened. Let me ask you this. Is there a player in this draft that you really want or that you really like for the Lions in this year's draft? Like, you don't care how you get them, you just want this player.
I don't have a particular player. I have a particular, I think, other than offensive line, I think we need another wide receiver.
But see, that's why when I compiled my top 5 receivers, I was looking at talent-wise, but I was also looking at it not it being a first-round pick.
No,
because
a second-rounder.
Unless they're getting extra second-round picks, I don't see a receiver on the board. I think third round is the earliest you see a receiver.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, he's not going to play. Now, to one prior 40's, point, I agree with him that, if you take that off the line, he's not going to be a day one starter. But neither was Jahmyr Gibbs, neither was Jamison Williams. Like Aiden Hutchinson was a day one starter, but he was on the snap count, which really blew my mind. So, yeah, no, I'm just not seeing it. Shout out to my man Raw Podcast, aka TA. He says Jared Verse and Quin A. Mitchell. Quin A. Mitchell is an interesting name, but I'm telling you, I really like Max Milton from Rutgers. I like him a lot. I don't know if Quin A. Mitchell makes it to it. I feel like you have to trade up for him, and I'm not willing to trade up for any of these players.
Now, is that safety or corner?
He the corner from Toledo.
Okay.
Now Verse is number 5. That's Florida State.
Okay.
I think we have to trade up to get him too. I don't see it. Greg says Brown, J-Mo, St. Brown, J-Mo, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Raymond. Why you need another receiver?
Because if something happens to St. Brown, that offense is going to be a little stagnant.
And I don't trust Donovan Peoples-Jones just yet.
Nope.
I trusted Josh Reynolds. And yes, he had a bad moment in his Lions uniform. But there's some receivers. Like I said, I think you can get that Georgia boy. I think you can get my I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna call him. White chocolate. I don't know what the hell to come up with for a name for him yet. But he's shifty as hell. You can get. I feel like there's no way in the first round you're gonna worry about Lad McConkey out of Georgia being taken in the first round. And I don't know if he would be taken in the second. You know, I can see. You know, and if he did, it'd be later in the second. I think he's a late round. I think him. I think my man's Malachi Corley is another guy that you can get third, fourth round, maybe fifth. Javon Baker out of UCF.
What about the Worthy boy?
Worthy?
Not from Texas.
Oh, the speedster? Yeah.
Not from Texas. Not that one. The other one. The big boy. Leggett Worthy, or was thinking that's his name?
Oh, Xavier Leggett.
Yeah.
That boy. Yes, he's a second round. He's a second round pick all day. he may even go in the first, to be honest with you. But he's something different. You know, I'm just putting it out there.
Now I thought that they might after Trevonde. What's his name? Trevonde Sweat.
Trevondre. Yeah, but see, he wasn't on my radar. He wasn't on my radar. Murphy was, but I thought it was Murphy who got the DUI. I could not remember who it was, but I got corrected. It was Sweat. So okay, yeah. So yeah, he's done. We ain't got to worry about that. Murphy, I like Murphy. For interior guys, I like Fisk because I want a guy who can get the versatility, play inside or outside, and I like him. But yeah, I'm not sure. Thomas Jr. from LSU. I don't know if he's gonna drop. You got to remember the Lions picked 29. And then they picked 29 again in the second round. That's like towards the end. They're trying to trade to get up earlier.
Oh, they're gonna trade down.
I think they're definitely getting out of the first round. My soul said they're not picking. I'm gonna be down there, you know what I'm saying? But they not picking. I don't know. I'm trading up for them two guys. I can't do it, T. No, T. I can't do it. I cannot trade up for Verse and Mitchell. I can't do it. I cannot do it. You don't have the capital that's worth trading up. Trading up how far? Like that's the question. Like how far you want to go up? Because when you start to look at the numbers, how far you want to go up? We at 29. How many spots you want to go up? Let's work our way down though. 28, he gone. 27, gone. 26,
yeah.
25, 24. Vikings, Eagles at 22. Can you move from 29 to 22? I don't know if I'm willing to do it. And can you go all the way down to where the Dolphins are? The Steelers ain't budging. I'm telling you right now, they ain't budging. Not unless it's an offer that they can't refuse. I can't do it. My soul said I can't do it. I'm not saying that you ain't smart for saying it. I can't do it. Luke McCaffrey is a dog too. He is. It says load that boy, lad that boy ain't for McConkey for the win. Yeah, McConkey is something different, man. That boy, you could put him in the phone booth and you won't hit him. like you just won't hit him. Yeah, Leggett is just he got something different. Luke, we got 7 picks. How many of those do you want to be on defense? Y'all not gonna believe me, but 5.
Yeah.
I need offensive line and a receiver. The rest of it should be committed to the defense. We need edge rusher. We need another safety. We need interior linebacker. We need interior defensive line. So yeah, 5 to the defense.
Yeah. I agree on that.
Chris Jenkins not bad. Chris Jenkins got that one play to his name where he hawked down that player, and I was like, holy smokes. Would I touch him? No. Do I think the Lions are looking at him? Yes. As a late 6th or 7th round pick? Yes. Fifth to the 6th is where they're looking at him. Anything higher than that, I would be surprised if they took him. Leggett is a risk reward. He got a lot of upside. I think he's got a low floor. Could be right. Let's see who else we got. Quin Coleman is that big body receiver. I'm not even sure if we look for that. I'm doing it, Luke, for 13 to 20. Oh my God. TA, no, man. Oh my God. You know how much it go to move up to 13 from 29?
Oh, that's TA right there, huh?
Yeah, Raw.
Be in the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm like, hey, I can't do it. That's too high for me. Luke, do you like the D tackle from Florida? Fisk? Love him. I feel like with him, you get more versatility inside and out.
I'm going to have to save that, brother.
Yeah, Fisk is a guy that, to me, looks like he can help solve the mobile quarterback problem because he gets in so quick that it causes another one. Ricky Purcell is another guy that was on my top 5, TA. In fact, I'll give you the top 5 that I have for my receivers, which, you know, I named them earlier. I showed a little tape on them so I wouldn't get put off this thing. But my top 5 was Ladd McConkey out of Georgia, Malachi Corley out of Western Kentucky, Javon Baker out of UCF, Ricky Purcell out of Florida, another guy that I liked him. And obviously Xavier Leggett, that was my top 5 because I felt like we didn't have to take none of them in the first. None.
I got a question. And maybe I'm late on asking this, and I might have already covered it. But what are we going to do about our quarterback situation?
What quarterback situation? You drafted one last year. How about we actually see what he's doing? We do. Well, I think that it's going to be up to him. He's going to have to really show up and show out in preseason. If he go out and he stinks in preseason, that just gives him more ammunition to say, hey, we're keeping Goff. But if he goes out and act the food in preseason, and then all of a sudden he gets the opportunity to come in one game. See, he just needs one game to come in and to go crazy, and it's gonna be a curtain call for Goff.
I want the dream that I had, but I don't want to curse nobody.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I told a buddy of mine. Y'all gonna judge me for this, but this is what I told him. I said, I'm not asking for Jared Goff to be hurt for the season.
Oh my goodness!
I just need him to be hurt for like a half.
Goodness.
Just so I can see what we got in the guy behind him. And if it's nothing, it's nothing. But my soul say, if Hendon Hooker gets in, he ain't coming out. Just not happening.
It was the end of the season, and we were in the playoffs, and it happened. And everybody was like confused, like, oh my goodness, it's over. And he acted a fool in the playoffs.
Okay. Perry Ball says, Luke, do you like the receiver from U of M, C. Johnson? Okay, this is how I'm going to answer it. Is he better than the people I named? No. No, that's how I see it. I like the Donovan People-Jones more than him. So, no. We never we never gave him opportunity, Hooker. Nope. Malik McCahoe says that's not him, Luke. That was Kenneth Grant that ran down that running back. Was it? I thought that was Chris Jenkins. I thought that was him. I could be wrong. So okay. I just know that I'm like, holy smoke, that dude hawked him down. But I thought that was Chris Jenkins. Again, keep in mind, y'all, I am very close to my 4 o'clock time.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, I'm trying to fight the power. All right. Why Lions fans want to get rid of Goff so bad? The answer is not get rid of Goff so bad. It's saying, look at your division right now. You have the only pocket quarterback in the division right now. Right? Jordan Love creates a problem with his legs, and we saw it against the Lions. We were able to get after the Vikings, and their quarterback was mobile, and for some reason he just had not to run. Thank God for that. But the Vikings are going to draft a mobile quarterback. The Bears are getting ready to draft a mobile quarterback who can throw. and Caleb Williams. So now you'll have 3 mobile quarterbacks in there, and we have to still have a defense to address that. And you got the one pocket passer, and you saw what happened when he attempted to run.
Oh my goodness!
So that's why it's not a matter of getting rid of him, but it's saying how much more can you get out of him. Plus, we want people that can create plays when everything around him is breaking down. That's all we're looking at. My man Adam in the building with the smooth photo says, here to say, hope all is well, Luke. It is, brother. I hope all is well with you. I have been following you and laughing at the same time, and enjoying myself. I'm gonna have, when I get on tomorrow, maybe you pop in here and tell me how crazy I am. I miss them days.
Is that the crazy kid, the crazy guy from Woodward Sports?
I'm not gonna say he's crazy. He's different.
He's sick. But I got a good laugh off of him.
He listen. Adam be having me roll, but yes, he was with Woodward Sports. And Adam is absolutely hilarious to me. I remember he came on, told me I lost my mind about taking. He says, "No, I'm crazy. It's okay." Adam, I'm not gonna call you crazy, but I remember he was telling me I lost my mind about Kyle Hamilton. He's like, "You go out, you get Aiden Hutchinson." I'm like, I hear you, but I feel like I can get another pass rusher and we'll be all right. And I stand on that because I just thought, like, man, you get the talent. I want the talent, and I see what Kyle Hamilton does for the Ravens defense. It makes life for Roquan Smith and them so much easier when you got a guy who could just roam like that. It's huge. He says, "Man, I wanted to kill myself that draft." That draft had the whole thing divided. It's funny. It says that's why you keep investing in the O-line. I think we can do better. Let's see. Quarterbacks who can move around are a staple in the league now. It just is what it is. And to me, Jared Goff has to have the perfect storm. And that to me is not the makings of a quarterback. If I got to keep creating you the perfect storm, it's not going to get it. It's not.
And do you know how much better we would be with the mobile quarterback? That backfield? Oh my goodness.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we need to be able to do that. We need to. Kyle Hamilton is an all-pro safety. I know. I was told for the longest and argued with so many people that he was a linebacker, and I was like, "You're delusional." Like this guy's not that guy. If they traded up for Kyle, it would have been a way better than JMO. See, Adam, I could have swore that was a conversation you had a while back where you was like, "Hey, JMO has potential," but I'm agreeing with you. That draft would have been rated even higher if they walked out with Aiden Hutchinson and Kyle Hamilton. Oh my God. That draft, and they had a chance to do it. They literally had a chance to do it. And we went JMO. And I went, you draft a receiver that you can't do nothing with for the first year. And guess what? We in year 3. And yes, has he shown some splash plays? He sure has. But
he still ain't really did nothing.
It's not making 12th overall pick sense. That's all I'm saying. We've been on for 2 hours and 18 minutes, man. You want to get some final thoughts before we get up out of here? Because I'm coming back on tomorrow at 8:30.
I just want to thank you all for doing the things that you do. Because I was in a spot, I was here in Texas, and I couldn't get no Detroit Lions info nowhere. Nowhere.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, we have a passionate fan base who is always looking to do it. And it's many different opinions and stuff. And I love that we have these many different opinions. I've been on many shows with Adam, and Adam was like, "Bro, you have lost your mind." Adam, I'm probably the most critical of Brad Holmes because I'm like, when are you going to fully address my defense? You have given everything to the offense. Address my defense. That's all I want.
Yeah.
So,
well, hey, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm about to get off here.
All right. Hey, hopefully I see you tomorrow at 8:30 when I get on, man. Hopefully.
Okay, brother.
All right. My man Kevin T. Jones came in from Texas. It says live. I thought the pick was Kyle Hamilton, and I was excited. Man, listen. Oh, it'd be so different. But hey, we can only hope. When it was J-Mo, that was a tough pill to swallow. I get it. Good to see you streaming again, Luke. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just play with the times, man. Like I said, I can try to do it late, but yeah, like I'm generally asleep by this time. It's these kids, man. Y'all know me, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes now. And every show I have to do it on a positive note. That doesn't change anything. I plan to try to get back into it more often. But what I'm trying to do some changes to the format so it's a little bit more cohesive and quick. But I want to be able to give people a chance to talk. They talk and then go crazy. Today's positive quote comes from the internet. I don't know who said it. I've tried to figure out who made this quote, but I like it. It says, "Never let people who aren't going anywhere take you with them." And see, I know there's somebody here right now who needed to hear that. Never let people who aren't going anywhere take you with them. Some of y'all have been hanging around people who just don't want to see you be great. They don't want to see you do anything different. They don't want to see you grow. You talking about starting your own business. They telling you how much work it is, trying to discourage you. See, you trying to take all this extra baggage when they already told you just needed a one-way ticket with a carry-on to your destination. You trying to bring people along who want to see what it looks like to be successful, but don't want to put in the work to be successful. You keep taking these people with them that seem to think that, you know what, whatever your dreams are, they're not my dreams. And you're delusional for having them. I'm telling you, drop all those people. I'm telling you to purchase your one-way ticket and find your way to your destination. Don't let people who ain't going nowhere take you with them. You don't need to be around those people. See, I know birds of the same feather flock together, but every now and then there's always a rogue bird. There's always that one bird that's willing to fly a little bit higher than the other birds. There's always that one bird that's always willing to take the chance and fly faster than the other birds. And if those birds look at them and say, "Oh, that one right there is a maverick. He's wild," the one who's flying free is often the one who seems to get noticed. It's the one who has the success, the one who builds himself up. It's the one that stands out from the rest. He's the real leader. And while many people are standing there watching, trying to figure out where they're going to go, he's already created a destination and a point to get there. I ask you again, never let people who aren't going anywhere take you with them. Find your own path and make sure you stick to it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. I'm back at it at 8:30 tomorrow. I'm not doing anything on that Thursday, Friday, or Saturday because I'm going to the draft. I feel like this is a once in a lifetime. I am not traveling to another city to go to the draft, and I have an opportunity to go this time. I'm going. But on Sunday, it's going down, okay? I got to talk about what happened in the draft and what the Lions did and what they are going to add in terms of undrafted free agents, so be tuning in for that. With that being said, man, I hope all of y'all are blessed. I hope everybody's doing well and everybody's, not having no issues and life ain't life in them. But as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out.